Hey guys, what's up? This is Josh. I'm getting an update here. I put the rock into my grow bed here, and there's about 10 inches deep there. I know some people do quite a bit less than that, but I read that around 12 inches is the best for the root growth to really take off. So I have my pump hooked up, and I put this net pot here with peat. It's actually sphagnum moss. I couldn't find any actual straight peat moss, so I just used this that I got from Home Depot. It's to lower the pH in the water. My pH for the hard water is like 8.5 or 8.6, so that's pretty high. I needed to get down, hopefully in like 7.5 at least to put the fish in there. I'll put goldfish in there, and I know they're pretty hardy, so that might not really matter, but I just decided to kind of put that in there just so that I could lower the pH for the plants as well, because the plants like lower pH. Now, I planted a row right here, down here, of broccoli, just because I know that broccoli likes cold water, and it's pretty simple to grow in that sense. So I just figured I'd start that to see whether or not it would work. And then I also used this powder called sodium biphosphate to put in here to lower the pH as well. And the sodium biphosphate is supposed to break down to where the phosphates then can get absorbed into the rock as well, and the phosphorus is good for the plants as well. And I put some of that in last night, and it turned my water very kind of, I don't know, cloudy. It's not dirty by any means, it's just cloudy, You can barely make out the lines on that pump. You can't really, if I'm standing right here, I can read, there's this warning thing on there. But, it's cloudy water. So, I also put these wooden support posts in, because even though the shelf is supposed to be rated for 600 pounds, I know 10 inches of rock weighs a lot. So, I put those braces in just in case it reached anywhere near that. And I put this wire here to keep the container from bowing, because it started to kind of push out. So I put that there just to kind of control that some. And then here's my digital timer that I have set to run the pump for 2 minutes every 3 hours. If you think I need to do it more than that, please let me know. But I hear a lot of people just say they do it once every 3 hours, and then that usually is sufficient. So, and it pumps really fast, so it fills up pretty. It doesn't get to the top. If you can see here how I have a little hole there in the rock, it's about maybe an inch deep. It fills up to where it's an inch away from the top. If I need to fill up more, please let me know. I just didn't want to fill it up too much because I didn't want to encourage growth of algae on the top. So just let me know if that inch from the bottom or inch from the top is enough. So, and I'll probably introduce goldfish in here maybe tomorrow or the next day, because this water's been running with this air pump for about a week. I just couldn't get the pH to lower, so I put in that sodium biphosphate to lower the pH, and I don't know if it's safe at this time for the fish to go in there yet. So it's a 29-gallon tank, and I'm just literally going to throw 12 goldfish in there and see which ones survive, because I only really need, a few of them, I think. So, alright, well, that's the aquaponics setup. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions for lowering the pH more than what I've got. I know it takes some time. I put the moss in there a few days ago, and it maybe has lowered it from 8.5 to 8.4. So it's I don't know if it's supposed to lower it considerably, but the sodium biphosphate lowered it down to about 7.9. So I don't know whether or not that's good or not either. So this is just my water from my tap water, which is very high in pH. It's a very basic water. So I'm going to go over here to my hydroponics setup to show you how well that's doing. Now here's my one bean plant, and it has grown a ton. It is just constantly growing. I mean, it is huge. And the root mass in there is just huge. So, I mean, this thing has taken off. As you can see, where I had the corn plant there, I pulled it. And I know some people wanted to see the corn plant, grow. But it just got too big. And I really do not have the space, height-wise, to let the corn fully grow and mature. So I pulled it. And I can put something else there that might not grow as big. So, and this is my lettuce plant there. And here's another bean plant that's not taking off as quickly as this other one. They're planted at the same time, but that one here is doing much better than this one. This one's not doing bad, it's just smaller. It's slow. This plant here was one that suffered from the nutrient burn, and it kind of stunted its growth, but it's still, the leaves are still doing fine. It's just not growing very quickly. Same with this one. This one started growing up really quickly. It's tall. Leaves are very tiny though. This one also suffered the nutrient burn where the two main leaves, where you can see that leaf right there, and on the other side that leaf, other one just completely burnt off, like it was gone. This one's what's left of the leaves. And these, you can see that the two main leaves on the bottom got a lot of burn. I think that's the nutrient burn. So, and then I can't remember which ones these are. That one, I don't know what that is, and that one sprouted as well. I'll figure out what that is eventually, but there's my boot jolokia plants that I have growing in this little container here. They're growing very slowly, but they're also not getting the nutrient solution, so I can kind of see why they would grow slowly. So, alright, well, this is basil that I have growing in here in this dirt pot. I kept it away. I'm going to keep basil out of my hydroponics setup because I've seen a lot of videos and everybody's basil just takes over. It just like completely takes over their entire system to where it grows super fast. And that's great, but I'm just going to kind of make it so that my basil's sort of separate. So, yeah. I have another container here that's set up and ready to go for a 5-pod setup so that I can put the bigger plants there so they have more room to grow. And I'll probably move this guy over there once I get that. I'm going to put another light. I have one light here. I'm going to go ahead and buy another light because I really like it. I was thinking about building mine. The guy Lee Stacks Rule, he had a video on building the lights, but they don't produce. They produce a lot of lumens, and they could produce a warm light for blooming. But I think these can pretty much just do the same thing, but they produce more lumens per amount of energy that they use because they're high pressure sodium, so they're pretty efficient in that sense. So this light has been amazing for me. So yep, let me know if you guys think that, or if you think it would be better for me to get one of those warm red CFL lights for whenever something blooms. I can move it over to this side just for the blooming state, or whether or not I should continue with using these here, because I know with the blooming ones it kind of stunts the growth, but it makes the flowers flower more often, and I would kind of like that. I don't want my bean plant to get huge. I don't want my tomato plants to get huge. I would like them to stay a specific size and just constantly produce. So if you guys think the CFLs would be better for that, please let me know. So leave comments, and I hope to see some soon. So thanks, guys. Bye.